Alright, welcome to today's lesson. We're going to be going over common crypto scams, how to spot and avoid them, and everything you should be doing to keep yourself safe within Web3. There's a lot of new people coming into the space right now. You could be one of them yourself, and scammers are just going to see you as fresh meat, and they're going to try to prey on you if possible. So these scammers are very good at what they do. A lot of times it could not even be your fault if you got scammed. Doesn't mean you're an idiot or anything, but after you've seen this video, it will have been your fault, because I'm going to go over everything you need to know and all the possible scams that you can and will run into in the space. Before we get started, you should go follow me on X at SoRealC, because I follow a lot of good people to follow on there. Anybody I repost a post of is a reputable account, somebody that you should follow as well. If you have any questions or you need help, I'm willing to help you. Just shoot me a DM over there. But with all that being said, let's get into it. Common crypto scams and how to avoid them. The first common crypto scam we're going to cover is going to be the fiat thought process. And everybody knows fiat's a scam now pretty much. But if you don't know what I'm talking about, I'll show you this picture right here. I'm pretty sure you've seen it before. But this is the value of the US dollar over time. Pretty obvious that it's done nothing but decline over time. And why would you want to have your assets or all your money tied up into something that's going to just bring you less and less purchasing power over time? Because the whole point of investing and trying to make money is to have more purchasing power. Because if we go over here and we look at the Bitcoin price chart and Bitcoin over time, we can see from 2011 to now, it's done nothing but rise the whole time. So if you would have had your money in Bitcoin, your money would have appreciated. And if you would have kept your money in just cash sitting around somewhere, you would have, less purchasing power compared to more purchasing power if you would have had your money in Bitcoin. So I don't think I need to explain that to you any further, but I want to have more purchasing power when I invest my money. I don't want my money to depreciate. So that's why I would rather not hold my money in the US dollar for a long period of time. Second scam we're going to cover here is a business opportunity scam. So you might have people text you and hit you up on, X, Telegram, Discord, whatever, where they want to go into business with you. They just need you to invest in something, whether it be a software that they need, or, it could really be anything. They just need you to invest or this and that, and then they're going to give you a percentage of the company. You're not even going to have to do any work. You probably know that something like that's a scam, but you just need to be aware of that, because a lot of this, people will think that they're going to miss out on an opportunity if they don't invest in this business or they don't invest in this company that's apparently texting them company, But, this one kind of ties in hand with fake job listings, And I had a fake job text me, and I'll put that up on the screen here in just a second, because it kind of goes in with the Telegram Verify bot scams as well, this job listing that it texted me. But you just need to think, like, if somebody texts you with a job listing and they're offering you $500 or $1,000 a day, and they're not even really clear on what you're going to be doing, or they're trying to say that you need to, buy a course to learn how to do the job, buy the course from them, learn how to do the job, or join some other, form of Discord or Telegram where they're going to be feeding you some kind of lies or trying to scam you, then it's likely a scam. And, you just need to think, why would they be texting me for the job? Because likely, you're new to the space, and, it's not to say that you're not a cool individual. I'm sure you're a cool individual, but if, you don't have that skill set, or if they don't know that you have that skill set, why would they be texting you for the job? Because you likely don't have anything about that skill set posted anywhere, and they're just going to say that they found you from, a referral or something like that, so you got to be aware of these fake job listings. You would know if it was a real job listing. You just got to be very careful with that, and just not take any jobs from people. Don't pay any people for a job or anything like that. Malicious websites is the next scam we're going to cover, and this is basically just going to be like if you're Googling like your Phantom wallet, or Googling an exchange to get on like Coinbase or something like that, and you misspell it, and then it takes you to a site that looks just like Coinbase or just like Phantom, and it's not going to be that. It's going to be a malicious site, and if you put your information in there, then your account would be compromised. So you just need to be very careful when doing things like that, or just operate strictly from the app, or just only use official links. and just be very wary of things like that, because it could also be like fake swap sites, you know, where you go to swap crypto from one crypto to another and you're actually on a malicious website and it's not the official site. And once you put all your information in there, then your account's compromised and they're going to drain all your funds, which is never good for anybody except for the scammer. And that's what we're trying to avoid here. Giveaway and airdrop scams. Now obviously, if your favorite influencer is doing a giveaway at the end of his video or something like that, then the giveaway is real. And there are some airdrops that are real as well. Like a lot of airdrops are real, you know, like the Jupe airdrop. That's been a common thing going around lately. But just if somebody random sends you a link and they want you to connect your wallet and set up your wallet within something to get an airdrop, just please don't do it, because it's probably a scam. It's not worth it. You know, a lot of times you don't get an insane amount from airdrops if you hadn't done a lot of trading anyways. So you're just going to need to avoid doing as many airdrops as possible, or just don't do any airdrops. Like I know a friend of mine who's in my Discord who he's gotten hit from an airdrop scam, and he thought he was going to get paid a very nice amount and they actually drained his wallet. So just to be safe, just don't do any airdrops, you know, especially if you're not experienced in the space. You probably don't qualify for any airdrops anyways. So just be careful with that. All right, pig butchering scams. So pig butchering scams are going to be pretty similar to impersonation scams down here. But pretty much what they'll do is they'll text you under an alias of somebody you might know. Like say you're following, you know, like a prominent trader in the space, or you're like a fan of a certain trader, a certain YouTuber, and you're following them, and somebody sets up an alt account under the alias of that trader, and they text you and they get you to believe that they are that person, and then they get you to send them money for them to invest it for you. And a lot of times they would just kind of show you fake profit and loss results to keep you in there for a long time, and then they'll ask you for, you know, if you ever decide like, hey, like, you know, I want to go ahead and get my money out, you know, and say you've got, you know, $10,000 profit in there from all the money you've sent them, and you're like, yeah, you know, I want to go ahead and take that out. And they'll be like, oh, okay, well, it'll be another $500 or another $1,000 to actually get the money out. And, you know, then maybe you would send that to them under the hopes that you were going to get your $10,000 back. But in reality, the money was already gone anyways, because they weren't actually investing it. They were just scamming you. So the investment scams themselves kind of tie into the business opportunity scams, where people are going to message you first, of course, as scammers usually do. And they're going to say, you know, hey, like, invest in this and you'll get a large return out of it. Or a lot of times you know, what this will be under and how they'll use this front for the investment scams will be to say, you know, they'll be like, hey, you know, you send us money and you'll get an early insider allocation to this token. And then, you know, so if you did have an early insider allocation to the token, that would mean that you didn't have to actually even pay for it, and you just got sent a large supply of the token before it's released. So obviously you would have free money, and that is something that happens, and that can be real, but a lot of times it's not. You know, you have to be very careful with this kind of thing. So that's what they would want you to invest in, was to invest in their token or invest in their product, when in reality it's just going to be a scam. You're not going to want to invest in anything that somebody texts you directly about, because they're just likely trying to get your money for themselves. Impersonation and romance scams. So obviously you probably know what a romance scam is, and impersonation scams is pretty much what I just talked about in the pig butchering scams. But just for example, you know, say you follow, you know, like one of your favorite traders on TikTok or anywhere on X, they're going to have somebody that makes an alt account and copies all of their posts, gets the name as close to their name as they can for the username, has the same profile picture and everything, and they'll message you with something that says, you know, like, you know, sometimes they're just trying to like start conversation like, hey, how are you doing? You know, have you been doing good in the space? Have you been making profitable trades? How long have you been trading? Have you started trading yet? And, you know, I never engaged back with them, so I'm not exactly sure what they always would say, but, you know, just from what I've heard and everything that I know about it, they were just kind of going to lead you on for a minute, because, you know, these scammers, they know basic human psychology, and they're going to make you trust them. They're not going to go into the scam immediately. or at least most of the time they're not going to get into the scam immediately. They're going to try to like befriend you in a way and gain your trust there. But just be very careful anytime somebody hits you up. If it is somebody that you think is a prominent influencer texting you, or somebody that you think from online texting you, you need to make sure that it's them. If it's somebody that could be being impersonated, because say they text you on, say you follow your favorite influencer, trader on TikTok, and then it looks like they texted you and they're like, hey, have you started trading yet? I'm actually selling a course. Or if you join a good group on Telegram, and like a good alpha group on Telegram where people are doing good cause, and then it looks like the owner of that Telegram is texting you and is like, hey, we actually have an exclusive paid channel just for our best members. It's $300 a month or whatever they would say it is. That's likely a scam. Those people are never going to text you first for those very reasons, just because they know that people are scamming under their alias. So they're not going to text you first. A lot of them even have don't text you first or won't text you first in their name, just to try to help you make sure that that they're not going to text you first, and if somebody does text you with their name, that it's a scammer. Phishing scams are some pretty nasty scams, right? So this can be as simple as somebody texting you a malicious link, you click on it, and then you have a phisher on your PC or your laptop or whatever it is, and these phishers can track your keystrokes. And if they can track your keystrokes, that means that when you go and you put in your password for your Coinbase account or your Phantom wallet or whatever it may be, that then they have your password as well, and they can go in there and they can drain your account. And it's like pretty much a virus on your PC. So this one's pretty nasty. It's hard to get off. People have a lot of trouble with this. I've seen a lot of people have trouble with this kind of scam. It's a pretty rough one to deal with, and it kind of does go in hand with the Telegram verify bot scams that Telegram's not gonna make you verify to join a server. So if you ever join a server and it asks you to do some kind of verification, just don't do it. Because what this can do is grant people access to, like, for example, your BullX account. Now, I only know this to be a thing within the meme coin community. I'm not sure if this can happen on normal crypto, but I'm sure it can. But just the example of something, I'm not sure if this can happen in the normal crypto community. I'm sure it can. But just an example of something that happened to a friend of mine. Somebody sent him over to a Telegram group chat, and he joined, and he didn't know that you shouldn't do verification on Telegram. He did the verification on Telegram, and what that did was granted the scammer a one-time access to his BullX account. The scammer got in there before he realized and drained all his money from his BullX account. So you just got to be very careful to avoid like any malicious links. Don't join anything that somebody sends you if you don't know them or you don't trust them or they're not reputable within the space. Just be very, very careful with any links or any invites that somebody you don't know sends you. Support team scams. So if you do get scammed and you go post on X that you got scammed and you need help trying to figure out how you got scammed, your inbox is going to be filled with people claiming that they are from a support team and that they want to help you. It will be filled with people telling you this. Like if you go on any online forum and ask for help or say that you had been scammed previously or anything of that nature, they're gonna hit you up and they're gonna act like they're from, some team or they belong to some project and they're willing to help you. But all they're gonna do is ask you for money to help you, and you're never gonna see that money and you're never gonna see your funds again, because if you do get scammed with crypto, you're not getting that money back anyway. So nobody's gonna be able to support you in getting that money back. And they're just going to try to drain more money from you by getting you to send them money or getting you to click a link that would give them access to your wallet again. So just don't do that. Support teams are not going to contact you first. If you know anything about trying to contact support somewhere, you know that it's really hard to actually get a hold of somebody on the support team. So to think that they're going to text you first is just not how it works. So also, if you get scammed or you have a question, it might be best to not post it on like an online Reddit forum, for example, because scammers are really bad there. Pump and dump schemes and rugs. These are really more of a meme coin space thing. And if you're trading meme coins on a platform like BullX, for example, you got to be careful with what you're buying. You can't just go in there and just buy anything, because a lot of those coins are rugs, and a lot of the developers of those coins just bought up those coins right there at the beginning when the coin wasn't worth very much, and then they'll dump it on you as soon as a lot of people start buying it. They'll take all the profits and you won't be able to sell anything. Before we move on to the honeypot scams, I do want to talk about another form of scammer that I don't have listed on here, and that would be a farmer in the crypto space. And this is also kind of one of the scammers that would be tailored towards the meme coin community as well. But farmers are people who have, a following in a Discord community, in a Telegram group, or just simply on X, right? And what they will do is they'll act like they're really good at calling coins and coins that are going to blow up after they call them. And a lot of times these guys play it really smart. They'll mix in some scam with some actual genuine alpha calls to make it look like they're actually just trying to feed their community, right? But really, a lot of times what some of these guys are doing, or at least the ones that are farmers are doing, is they'll go and they'll find a token that has a very low market cap, very low liquidity. They'll buy up all the value of that token. Well, not all the value, but they'll buy up a large percentage of that token. And then they'll go shield that token to their followers or their community members or anything of that nature to get people to buy that coin. And then you just end up as exit liquidity for the farmer if you do that. So that's, one of the worst type of scammers in the meme coin space is a farmer. And you just need to be careful with who you trust online on Twitter and on X. And that's another reason I say you should follow me, because everybody I follow is, pretty reputable. I have a Discord as well called Cheddar Central, where we have a channel that's dedicated strictly to farmers and scammers that we know of in the space. So if you join there, you can see the list of this channel and know who's a scammer, who's not, or at least like who all that we know of that's a known farmer in the space, right? Honeypot scams. So honeypots is where you invest your money into a meme coin, and that coin then, the liquidity is locked. So you won't be able to sell that token once you buy it. You can press buy and you can immediately try to sell it, but the liquidity is locked. You cannot sell it. But there is a pretty easy way to avoid this. I spoke about it in my previous video, which is my BullX video. But all you have to do is in your buy and sell settings on BullX, all you have to do is turn on MEV protection, which charges you a very, very, very slight fee of Solana every time you trade. But for that slight fee, it doesn't let you buy into any honeypot. So if you have on MEV protection and you try to buy into a honeypot scam, it won't let you, the order won't go through. And that's a pretty good feature they have on there. It's definitely worth the small fee each trade to have MEV protection on. So you just need to be careful for that as well, and make sure that if you're trading on BullX or something like BullX or Photon, that you have on MEV protection to avoid these honeypot scams. The last scam we're going to touch on here is just general incompetence, which isn't really a scam, but you need to avoid general incompetence anyways. And that would be something like telling people, yeah, I'm new to the space and I have $5,000 worth of cryptocurrency in my Coinbase account, or getting up on a live in Spaces on X and telling people, yeah, I'm very happy with my first win. I just made $5,000, $10,000 from a trade. This is my first big win. Those kind of things, and saying those kind of things publicly, are gonna draw the attention of scammers. They're gonna try to text you. They're gonna try to send you these malicious links that we talked about previously, and they're just gonna really be doing everything they can to get a hold of that crypto in your account. So just don't tell people how much crypto you have. Don't tell people where you're storing your crypto. Just be kind of secretive about everything you're doing. Or just at least don't tell the public, right? How can you know it's a scam? if there's an entry fee to get into something, if there's promises of a guaranteed return, if you're being messaged first by the influencer, right? Well, or somebody pretending to be an influencer, just if they're messaging you first in general, it's probably a scam, right? And last but not least, if it sounds too good to be true, it probably is true. Just like some of those fake job listings, you know, if you with no experience could go on there and make $1,000 a day for 2 to 3 hours worth of work from home, then obviously that is too good to be true. How to avoid scams. So never share your private keys with anyone, okay? So you're gonna get a private key every time you make a wallet. You need to, you know, preferably even have that private key written down on paper to where there's no digital footprint of it whatsoever. And, you know, that way nobody can get it unless they were to, you know, break in your house or something. But if they were breaking in your house, they probably wouldn't know what to do with the private key anyways. Don't make any decisions or trades while feeling emotional or FOMO into anything, which is FOMO means fear of missing out. So just for example, if you missed Trump coin originally and you saw it at $60 and you thought it was going to keep going to $100 and you still thought there was some room for gain, and you FOMO'd a big bag into Trump coin right there at $60 billion market cap, and then you watched it dump when Melania dropped, you know, that would have been a loss that you made because you were feeling emotional and you FOMO'd in because you didn't want to miss out. So try to make some trusted friends within the community. Get on X, get on Discord, get on Telegram, make some people your friends. Just kind of find people that are in your experience area or whatever, and, you know, just make some friends in the community that you can, you know, talk to or run some things by. You know, if you are contacted by a scammer, if you had friends, you could, you know, send the screenshots of the contact to them and you can see what they have to say about it. So never ask anyone for help publicly on any social media or forums. That's kind of what we went over with some of the support team scams, you know, because those support team scammers will hit you up and try to scam you further if you ask people for help on social media. So follow a process for making crypto and Web3 decisions. So you're just going to want to have something that feels comfortable to you, you know, to where you're not emotional and not FOMOing into things when you're trying to make decisions in the market, trying to make decisions trading crypto. You're going to want to be level-headed. You're going to want to have, like, you want to be in a nice environment. You don't want to be trying to drive and trade crypto. You know, you want to be at your house. You want to be in a comfortable spot where you can make good, well-informed decisions. Easy rules to follow for crypto and Web3 decisions. So to ensure your privacy, conduct your transactions in a private place where you cannot be seen by any cameras or others, you know, like your house, for example. Network security. Use your own personal Wi-Fi network to reduce risk, because public networks are often more vulnerable to hackers. You know, I'm sure you know this, but, you know, a lot of times people can, you know, have kind of, you know, their little hacker things tapped into the public networks, and if you're connected to that Wi-Fi, you know, and then you get on your Coinbase account, then it's possible that Coinbase account could be compromised. Authentic websites. Check the URLs of the websites you're using to buy and sell or research crypto to confirm that they're the correct website. You know, that's what we talked about earlier. You got to make sure you're using the correct website. You're not on a malicious website, because if you are on a malicious website and you put your wallet information into there, then you could get your account compromised. Do test transactions. Don't be afraid to test a transaction with a small amount of crypto to familiarize yourself with it and the process, to spot mistakes beforehand and lower the risk. So an example of this would be if you're a little nervous because this is your first time sending crypto from Coinbase to your Phantom wallet, then just go ahead and send like a little $5 or a little $10 as a test transaction. So if you did mess something up and you didn't have everything right, you didn't lose all your crypto. You only lost $5, and, you know, what's $5 to learn sometimes, and what's $5 compared to all of your crypto, you know? So just do test transactions. You know, sometimes when I'm using a new wallet, I still do test transactions, because even with an experienced trader, sometimes they'll mess up and they'll accidentally send, you know, Solana to an ETH address just because they were being quick with things and weren't thinking, and then they lost all their Solana that they were going to use on that trade. So just be careful and do test transactions. Keep your crypto holdings private. Don't share the details of how much crypto you have or what wallets you hold your coins in. You know, that's just what we were talking about earlier, like much of this is. But, just don't share the details of what you have, because if, people don't know you have anything, then they might not target you to try to steal your money. Obtain a hardware wallet. Hardware wallets allow you to store your crypto offline, protecting it from hacking and phishing scams. So this will be something like a Ledger Nano wallet or a Ledger Stack, or Ledger offers a bunch of these wallets, but hardware wallets, they let you store your crypto offline, obviously, and that makes it to where it can't be drained, that wallet can't be hacked, and that's the safest and most secure way to store your crypto. So especially if you have a lot of crypto, like say you have like 3 Bitcoins, it would be best to hold that crypto in a Ledger wallet versus just kind of keeping it sitting in your Coinbase or in your Phantom account, because obviously it's just a lot safer, and if you're messing with a lot of money, you're going to want that money to be safe. And that's all I've got for this video. If you enjoyed it, please like and subscribe. If you need to, you can text me on X. I do want you to follow me on X as well. I'd like for you to join my Discord. We've got a lot of things going on in there. We've got a lot of tools for trading meme coins in there. If you are a meme coin trader, we're still free as of right now. We have a bunch of tools to use, like bundle checkers, Twitter trackers, rug checkers, everything you can think of that every major group has, we have it. We've got the Scammer Watch channel. So if you want to be aware of who's a scammer in the space, that's another reason for you to join. Get in there, learn who the scammers are, or at least just come by and say what's up. It's a great community in there. Everybody in there is willing to help. Nobody in there is a scammer. Anytime we spot a scammer in there, they're banned immediately. But yeah, the Discord will be in the description below, and I appreciate it, and I hope you all have some safe trading. Thank you.